is Zein Iskandar bin Zein. My entry number is 30DLS22F103, and today I wanna present the interview question for work-based learning DPL50164 freight operation. So this presentation explore key interview question for the DPL50164 in freight operation work-based learning. It cover via concept in freight logistics, component of service provider, freight operation method, cost structure, pricing competition, and ethical consideration. This foundation topic provides students with comprehensive understanding of the freight logistics industry and prepare them for professional discussion and assessment. So number one, type of freight in logistics. There are two types of freight in logistics. First, inbound logistics, which means inbound logistics refer to the movement of material and goods from supplier to the business. It's ensure raw material and component arrive timely for production or sale. Number two is outbound logistics, which this concern distribution of finished product from the business to customer, ensuring efficient delivery and customer satisfaction. So for the slide of number 3 is component of service provider in logistic industry. There are 4 component of service. For the first is transport provider, which is company owning fleet of trucks, ship or plane to physically move goods from origin to destination. In final destination, the things come. So the number 2 is warehousing operator, facility offering storage and distribution service, often integrating inventory management. And the number 3 is freight forwarder. Freight forwarder means intermediaries coordinating shipment, custom clearance, and documentation between shipment and the carrier. Example for the content of the documentation is like bill of lading, commercial invoice, and the final invoice also. So the 4 is third party logistics, comprehensive service provider managing multiple aspects of the supply chain on the behalf of business. The slide of number 4 is method of freight operation in organization. So there's also 4 points, and I read in my first point is consolidation. This method combines smaller shipment into a single load to optimize transport efficiency and reduce costs. The number 2 is direct shipment, sending freight directly from supplier to the customer without intermediate stop and used for urgent deliveries only. The number 3 is cross-docking, receiving inbound goods and shuffling them to directly to outbound transport and minimize storage time. And the number 4 is drop shipping, product shipped directly from the manufacturer to the customer bypassing the retailer location. So for the slide of number 4 is aspect of freight operation in organization. In the first place is timeliness. It means ensure freight arrive according to the schedule, critical for supply chain reliability. And number 2 is security, protect goods against thief, damage and loss during transit and storage. Number 3 is efficiency, optimizing process to reduce costs and improve turnaround times. And last, compliance, adherence to legal, safety and environmental regulation in freight handling. So for the slide number 6 is component of transport costs. There are 4 types of costs. In the first one is fixed costs, costs that do not change with volume. Example, vehicle depreciation, insurance and facility rent. And number 2 is variable costs, costs proportional to transport activities such as fuel, labor and maintenance. And number 3 is handling costs, expenses related to loading, especially in unloading, loading, unloading, and package management. And number 4 is administrative costs, costs for planning, management, and documentation of shipment. So for the slide 7, price competition between transport mode. Road, they have 3 types of transport mode. So they have road, rail, and maritime transport, especially in sea transport. So the road transport offers flexibility and door-to-door service, but typically higher per unit cost for long distance. And rail transport more cost effective for bulk and long distance with less frequency and flexibility. And number 3, maritime transport, lower costs per ton for international bulk of shipment, but slower and subject to the port handling times. So for the slide for 8, if I talk about slide, it means the number question of the slide. If I say slide 8, which means question 8. So the question 8 is price, measurement, volume, distance, and line haul rates. So there are 3: volume-based pricing, rate charge according to the space occupied by cargo, important for lightweight but bulky goods. So the number 2, distance-based pricing, cost increase with the distance freight is transported. Longer roads have higher charge. So number 3, lane haul roads. Lane haul rates, cost transportation fee for moving goods between major hubs, excluding local and pickup deliveries. So for the slide 9, relationship between price, demand, and ethical pricing issue. So price demand relationship for the number 1 point. Higher price generally suppress demand while competitive pricing can stimulate freight volume. And number 2 is ethical pricing concern, including transparency, avoiding price gouging, and maintaining fair access to the logistics service. And number 3 is regulatory compliance, which means ensure price abide by laws, preventing anti-competitive practice and protecting customer. So for the last question of the slide 10, cost characteristic by transport mode. There are 4 transport mode in this world. So the first one is road transport, high variable cost linked to fuel and labor, moderate fixed costs from vehicle ownership. And the number 2, rail transport, higher fixed infrastructure costs, lower variable costs, and with energy efficient bulk movement. So the number 4 is air transport, very high variable costs due to fuel and maintenance, but at the same time low fixed costs relative to volume. And the number 4 is sea transport, higher fixed asset like ships and port, low variable cost per unit of cargo, but in very long distance and long time. So this is the last question of my interview, and thank you so much for giving me opportunity to answer one by one.